Hello everybody, welcome to Friday's MCN. A little bit scaled down this time, and that's just because, well, I've got, I think, 2 hours to make this type of video, and normally it takes me about 5+ hours to make the normal MCN. But yes, we do have some stuff to go over, so let's do that in this particular video. So what have we got for you in today's edition? Well, this is very interesting, and obviously I'm very jealous of this person. This player is probably like a lot lower down than where I am, and I gotta be honest, it is just like, I don't really know how to describe matchmaking in Battlegrounds, but a lot of the time, like, your progress is just stifled at the moment with kind of, everybody is fighting so much to get out of these different types of tiers, but lower down, hey, it's a lot more, it's better. I just got into 5 consecutive matches of low level accounts with 4 stars and accounts with champs who barely has 10k PI. In all rounds except one, they all died to my defenders. I even had a match where I didn't draft any defenders and still won by putting down Blade. I don't want to stomp accounts into the ground just because I didn't grind to a certain rank for the first couple days of the season. I don't find Battlegrounds the most fun, so I only play it in short bursts every other day or so. The troubles of winning. I am very jealous of that one. Especially because this person said, I gotta be honest, I never face off against accounts. I used to back in the day. I say back in the day. Last season and the season before, I used to face off against these particular accounts a lot more frequently. Nowadays, I don't even get close to anybody like that. I'm not saying like, oh, I want to stomp on these accounts. I'm just saying like, it's taken a lot of effort to progress in that game mode, and it's hard. It feels hard work. And it feels like a lot of time investment to not really kind of making so many quick gains. I know they changed the things with the season and the medals and stuff like that, and that's great, but they still haven't sorted out the matchmaking, which is still just such a big issue for this game at the moment. In any case, DNA 3000 says, working as intended, matchmaking is being done less with roster strength and more with random matches within a tier. You just happen to get lucky with matches against players with lower rosters. This is because they in turn are being less protected against matching against random cross sections of the tiers they are in. Most players are not seeing that. I played a few matches on a low uncollected account, and the matches were much more randomly dispersed in roster strength. It is just luck of the draw on who you match against, which is sort of what it's supposed to be. It is and it isn't, because you want to feel that you can make progression. And as I said, like, if a lot of Paragon people are at the same Paragon level, it's just a case of like, well, irremovable object, unstoppable force, and no one's able to progress. And if you're not on a 50%, or if you're on a 50-50 win kind of like ratio, then it sucks. You're not able to kind of progress up further. And at this particular point, Kabam Jax has to like jump in and just say, right, okay, because basically the thread descends into anarchy, and the original person went a bit kind of well, I don't know, just went out on people. I just thought, well, what's that all about? It's meant to be kind of like a discussion to fact find, information find, share ideas. You know, that's what a community is all about. Kabam Jack said, alright, we've seen far too many of these in last couple of days, so let's just put out a couple of reminders. This forum is not the means of a place to continuous conflict. People are allowed to respectfully disagree with each other without resorting to pettiness. Additionally, there is not just one culprit of this. Those responding or engaging in a post are at fault here as well. Naughty, you naughty peoples. Yeah. Interesting talk about matchmaking Battlegrounds does need to be looked into. Yeah, just to make it just a lot better than it is, as some factors. I kind of feel like there's a ceiling to, or there's like if there's a building to this, it's like floors 1 to 10 are kind of people within Thronebreaker kind of fighting off against one another, and then there's kind of like floors 10 to floors like 50 of Paragon players that are just kind of at different levels. I'm talking like, you know, at the very top level, mid level, 75% up there, 50%, kind of 25%. But they're all fighting off against one another, people that have stacked rosters, whaled rosters, and stuff like that. And you're always kind of finding that from each individual level, you'll kind of seem to be fighting off against each other, these Paragon levels of the top, bottom, midway. And a lot of the time, you're just kind of feeling that you're not able to go up any kind of like level of Battlegrounds. The elevator's not taking. I hate saying that word. The lift in the UK. The lift is kind of like not able to take you up as far as you can with the tiering system. And now we move on to this. So this is funny. Like a couple of days ago, this was something that was discussed in the forums, and a lot of people like interacting with it. It is kind of, I don't really know. It's kind of like it's a bit of a not sore subject. So has anyone come across a revive refill hotspot while exploring random quests? I mean, I will remind everybody, don't put this on the forums. Don't start engaging in there. Discuss stuff in a private way. Mainly because what you're doing is you're kind of like you're telling Kabam about some of the places to get revives and health potions. Apothecary is the best place to get revives in. The side quest this month is the best place to get full energy refills in. You get what I'm trying to like say right there, because like this person says, I was recently exploring Act 5 when I found that quest 5.3.6 was giving revives full energy refills on most of the runs of the quest. After discovering I reran maybe 20 to 30 times for free use. Oh, I came why would you say this thing? There's 3 Simpsons clips that come to mind.
Jeez, Marge, tell the neighborhood.
That is the first Simpsons clip, right? I'd only go and say I had no idea. Oh, 5.3.6 is well known for resource farm spot. It's been real crazy for me. The amount of times I've found double revives or double refills on the same path.
You don't!
But yeah, like at the end of the day, like Piccolo does say it's bold to assume Kabam doesn't have people watching subreddits. Also, if a lot of people were starting going to that quest, Kabam see a ton of people are doing that quest, and they also see what items they're getting from the quest. Also, 5.36 has been well known to farm for anyway. Yeah, it's weird that that's been like, yeah, it's just you can't auto fight it. So I don't know, maybe Kabam's kind of stance and stuff. Anyway, the third Simpson clip, roll it.
It's a secret.
Shut up.
And you can always rely on Kabam Jax to kind of like I think the last time he was saying like, y'all, you guys are kind of getting revives from Act 3 or something. It's there like Kabam. I love this, honestly. It makes me laugh. I've got, I think, like a clip of like Jax kind of like saying, calling Kabam Mike Mick. Mick doesn't know. That always makes me laugh. When I'm having a glum day, I'll put that little video on and it'll make me happy. Not in a weird way. Like, not what you think it is a weird way. But there's Kabam Jax. Lovely Jax. But in case, Kabam are on to us in any case, because in answer to, for now, this is true, but if it does get out of hand and is absurd as much as Act 3 content was, we will have to act on it as well. So, yeah. Kabam are on to us. The sneaky sneakersons. Well, no, we're the sneaky ones, but, you know, it's like, it's sneaky because they're kind of, you know, then why would you come to the forums and say a thing? Just keep it secret, keep it safe. That's a Lord of the Rings reference, but keep it secret, keep it safe. But yeah, of course, you know, at some point Kabam will kind of go like, okay, what's the number? So, by the way, if you're one of these people that are excessively grinding it right now, just stop for a while, because what you're doing is you're going to harm it for everybody. I know saying that, like, people can't listen to me, but it's just like it will help out kind of like the whole situation. And now on to compensation. We end the show on compensation. So this is the thing, isn't it? Like, what people got from the, I mean, I didn't get any compensation. This is the Battlegrounds Season 7 compensation. This is Mr. Youngins on Twitters. We've also got like a few others as well. Someone saying they got a victory shield. Someone saying they got 1 energy refill. And someone else got 540 Elder Marks, which it's a nice amount of, you know, compensation to get. But this one is, you know, I think they're all very different in some sort of shape and form and capacity. But it doesn't take away from the fact that all the seasons have been bugged. You know, I've lost several of the interactions in Battlegrounds this season because of issues and bugs. Auto drafting of defenders. We've also had I've had auto drafting of attackers as well. The other thing is the instant loss bug and disconnect issue, which at the end of the day, like, Kabam may want images of and videos of. They've been given videos for the last 3 months and last 3 seasons, maybe 4 seasons, and still nothing has been fixed. So it's not something that's ever appeared on the Trello board, and players have given that info on a regular seasonal basis. So it's just a case of like, we're talking about recording, you know, footage as of on Wednesday, AI problems, but you have to say, like, what's the point? What does it lead to? Does it get sorted? No, sadly. So we just have to kind of like muscle through with stuff. Anyway, on the subject of compensation, we can see here, we apologize for server issues earlier this month, which negatively impacted Battlegrounds Season 7. Attached is this message, is a refund of the items you spent in Battlegrounds during this instability period. Well, instability period or not, this is a regular, there's always regular issues when it comes to Battleground. And of course, this led to a forum thread on the matter. Battlegrounds correction math is a little off. So Saham says, so I got 16 shuffles and 8 shields back. So that math says I used at least some energy or more elder marks, and I know I was using elder marks at that point. So why only 180 elder marks and no energy corrected? 180 elder marks is 2 matches. What kind of math is this? So yeah, the math is off, because it's then the way it is kind of like it's talking at like 16 shuffles to 8. So that's so that's 8 matches, and that's 2 matches. And that's what? Oh, can you use 3 shuffles per match? Is that right? Is that wrong? Am I thinking about that, or is that 3? Can you use a shuffle per draft section? Any case, like it's off. Like the point to get to, it's off, regardless of what I can't compute before a coffee. Yeah, it's definitely off right there. I don't know why someone disagrees. Like, can you not read? Can you not understand math? That is 8 matches. That is 2 matches. Whoever that person is, go outside, probably touch some grass, and look in the mirror. Good hard look in the mirror, I think, for those people. I think somebody is kind of like, is bot disagreeing, because I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, it's, yeah. Look, I got 4 shuffles, and I know for a fact I used 1,000 elder marks. We need a bit more of that. Was that during the outage period? I got nothing. This has to be a joke. I used energy and elder marks all that season, but again, Kabam are being very specific, sadly, on this. But it is what it is with it. So, again, like there's 4 victory shields, and you participated in 4 wars. You used 4 battlegrounds. You used just 4 shields. There we go. All sorted. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? That there needs to be more compensation needed. Hey, all original post, please send a ticket to our support and they can investigate for you. Everybody else, I see some confusion here from people thinking this is for season 7, all for season 7. That is not the case. This is the second part of the comp package for latency that occurred between April 28th and May 3rd. During a particular nasty period of the latency, there was already a general compensation package and it's returning items. Well, I would say in this case, as Kabam do a support ticket. That's probably the best thing to do about the compensation. If you think that during that time, if you got the compensation package, I think that's the first thing. It means you qualified. If you are, but this is the problem. Look, if people are adamant that they were during that time active, which was that, April 28th, May 3rd time, then that's disappointing because it's all about recording yourself all the time. You have to record that you were active on those particular days, but Kabam would have the data to say that maybe you were or maybe you weren't. But I would say definitely for those that have received the Battlegrounds correction is just 100% check that it's correct against stuff. And the thing is, you can get an idea whether or not it's correct or not by simply looking at this and going, well, have I got victory shields back? 8. And how many elder marks? That. The same thing, I don't know how far you can go back on your Battlegrounds kind of history to those particular dates to see whether you're active. That's another thing as well, to just prove your point if you're right or if you're indeed in the wrong. But in any case, I would advise anybody just to kind of like, if you do think that if you got the correction package, first of all, then do a support ticket to just double check that everything's correct, if you can vouch that you spent more during that time. And look, I know a lot of people have been kind of wanting to see like a compensation. I agree. I'd love to see a better compensation package for issues and bugs suffered in Season 7. It's something I've been affected by, you've been affected by, and it's something that's still, like, Kabam haven't really addressed. Bugs don't get addressed that much that players are coming to the to Kabam with. The auto defenders drafting, the connection issues. Obviously, the cheaters is something of a side kind of issue that needs to be dealt with, but there's a lot of bugs that still haven't been compensated of. It's lost elder marks, it's lost energy, and that's not being compensated regardless if it's not the 28th of April and the 3rd of May. So we would like to see something from that in the future, but I doubt we'll get that, because if that was the case, we would have had a season compensation package on Season 6, Season 5, Season 4, and possibly Season 3, if I kind of go back thinking about that. Maybe not. In any case, that has been the show for Friday. I thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. I'm going to get on a big shippy boat and go and, I don't know, someplace, float. I'm going to float in the water. I'm just going to do some floating in the water. But in any case, thanks to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a Patreon, and those that support on Twitch. And yes, I think the next MTN may be on, well, there'll be a news roundup on Tuesday, I want to say, but look out for later on. There's going to be some streams of fun and funky things from Kabam Jacks over at Kabam. Go get and check out what's happening next month in the contest. Oh, and check out some other content located on screen right now. I'll see you all soon. Much love and goodbye.